I'm from India, and I did my undergraduate hotel program in India and was subsequently looking to do a master's program from an international school, and something which gave me a bit more of international hospitality knowledge, which is what took me to the IME program at ESSEC. The reasons for choosing that was the fact that ESSEC and Cornell at that stage were both international programs, and something which gave me the French flair, the opportunity to live and study near Paris, and the acknowledgement of the Cornell Hotel School's endorsement to this hospitality program. Experience at ESSEC has influenced my career immensely. I think prior to that I had only lived and worked in India. I think in a single word, it made my whole outlook very international, and I think it made me acknowledge diversity as a way of life. So because of the 50 students in the program, we came from almost 14 different nationalities. It also gave me the opportunity to learn the French way of life. And I always say to people, during the program, I learned to appreciate three things, which was good bread, good cheese, and good wine. What would I like to say a student who's about to join ESSEC is to say you should have done it yesterday. I think furthering your knowledge through a good education is something you must do immediately if life gives you that opportunity. Within that realm, if you get to a leading international school, I think that adds credibility to whatever you want to do. And in specific, I think the French education system is such that it balances your education and your living very well. I was told when in France that they don't live to study, but they study to live. And I think that is very well embodied in the program. So to repeat, what I would say to somebody who's planning to go to ESSEC, you should have done it yesterday. And if you have the opportunity to do it today, don't think twice. It's an investment where your ROI is exponential, and you will realize it sooner than you have ever imagined in your life. I think the Alumni Association is probably one of the strongest things that you get in an international program in a field of education. While you get a great school, you get great faculty, I still remember one of the words spoken initially at the program when I attended was to say that you will learn more from each other than you will learn from anybody else in the school. And I think that is very true in terms of what I've seen for myself. So to a fellow alumnus, the reason for you to come and become part of an active alumni association is that you now get a sounding board. You get people to come and take your issues with, to get realization of career advancement. The fact that you can meet with people in an informal setting and really get assistance like probably the best that you can. So to me, being part of the Alumni Association is an integral part of you going to school. And once you leave the school, it is what will grow with you over the years. I have still kept in touch with almost 200 students from the Alumni Association over the years. And at any given time, if I've needed somebody as a sounding board, somebody to get an opinion on for issues in life, in career advancement, etc., I've never hesitated. And the great thing is that the very fact that you tell people you're from the school and you're an alumnus opens doors like you haven't imagined before. I think ESSEC having a campus in Singapore is a brilliant idea, purely from the fact that Asia is the part in the world which will see probably more exponential growth than some other regions in the world. Within Asia, I think Singapore is very uniquely placed because it's probably the best marriage between a developed and a developing country that you see here. It's at the crossroads and the link between, say, China and India to Europe, equally well embraced. And I think the campus probably stands, Singapore probably stands in some ways to what the education in ESSEC stands for, which is diversity, which is acceptance of international worldviews, which is integration of people from different walks of life and different cultures into something which is a meaningful progression in life. And I think the campus in Singapore will probably stand for all these things. So to me, the campus coming to Singapore is probably one of the best steps that ESSEC could take in today's world. If you allow me to give you a sentence, I'll say that the education at ESSEC made a man out of me. But if I were to give a single word answer, I think the education and the life in ESSEC to me was very meaningful.